Thank you for that. That's great. That's right. Because that was not an easy news week, so let's start with something positive. How about the Pope? I love him again. The Pope opened a can of whoop-ass on greedy, polluting, industrialist assholes. He said climate change is real. He said we are living in a structurally perverse economic system where the rich exploit the poor, and it's turning the earth into an immense pile of filth. And the Republican response was swift and immediate. They said, and? What's your point, Poppy? Go back to washing feet. Also, second big good piece of news, the Treasury announced that by the end of the decade, there's going to be a woman on the $10 bill. We've never had a woman on a paper currency. And now they thought it was going to be Harriet Tubman, the abolitionist from the Civil War era, but they found out just yesterday she's actually a white girl from Spokane. So it's not going to happen. Oh, how about that Rachel Dolezal? She dominated the news for a while, didn't she? Boy, she was on Today. You see on the Today Show with Matt Lauer. It's sticking to her story. She said she identifies as black. And Matt Lauer said, yeah, I identify as someone with hair. Oh, speaking of people who dress up as black women, Obama was at Tyler Perry's house today, or was it yesterday? He doesn't? Okay. By the way, for the president, another tough week for him, because this was the 14th time he had to address the nation on a mass shooting. This one, of course, you heard in South Carolina. This one, an unapologetic white supremacist. It is amazing how these white men who believe they're a member of the master race always look like the half-wit who sprays fungicide in the shoes at the bowling alley. On Fox News, they could not decide if this was absolutely not the right time to talk about guns or absolutely not the right time to talk about racism. And yet, you know, the shooter purposefully went to a black church. He told the victims that he had to do it because they were taking over. He wore pro-apartheid stickers on his jacket. His friends said he was big into segregation. He talked about starting a race war. So naturally, when it comes to what motivated him, Republicans are stumped. They are. They cannot figure it out. The governor of South Carolina, Nikki Haley, said, we'll never understand. Jeb Bush, we can't know. Jindal, Lindsey Graham, Trump, all of them said it's some version of it's incomprehensible. There is just no way to know what motivated a racist to kill black people. Fellas, you know what? When a guy like this talks about the South will rise again, he's not talking about IQ levels. This guy openly said he was trying to start a race war, which is delusional. Because if Donald Trump's speech didn't do it the day before, nothing will. Did you see that? Oh my God. This is Donald Trump. After 3 years, since the last election, of every single conservative in this country saying if the Republicans ever hope to win the White House back, they have to reach out to Latinos. Donald Trump opens his campaign saying, Mexicans, they bring drugs, they bring crime, and they're rapists. Oh, wait, I meant to say fraternities. They're the ones who... Trump said, when Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. I love this idea that Mexico is sending its people. Hey, you, Rodriguez, Alvarez, Cabrera, get up here, you're next. Come on, in the pipeline. I mean, honestly, between the white woman who thinks she's black and Trump thinking he could be president, it was a very good week for narcissistic personality disorder. It's like your abnormal psych textbook came to life. And Donald Trump's speech was so perfectly, impeccably impeccably, beautifully unhinged and unfact-checked. Like he said, economic growth has never been below zero until the last quarter. It's been below zero 42 times since World War II. He said there are no jobs to be had. There are 5.4 million openings, the most in 15 years. He said we've never beaten Japan at anything. He was talking out of his ass so much. At one point, a roadie went on stage and put a mic behind him. So, and I love this. He just rambled on like Castro, going on and on for hours. And then finally went, and I swear this is his quote. He said, "To sum up, I would do various things very quickly." Who is not going to want to vote for that, ladies and gentlemen? There you go. Various things very quickly. And there was a little scandal, with his announcement, because it turned out that some of the supporters who came out to watch him were actually movie extras who were paid $50. I am guessing this is not the first time Donald Trump has paid someone $50 to pretend he excites them. But I tell you, he has one real fan, Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin took to her Facebook page to say he's courageous, tenacious, and he will fire up the economy. She may not convince a lot of voters, but she sure earned her $50.